Imagine you're on a playground with a big slide. That slide makes a triangle, right? A slanted slide, the ground, and an imaginary line straight up from the ground to the top of the slide. That's a right-angled triangle because the ground and the imaginary line make a perfect corner, like the corner of a square. Now, let's talk about the slide, the slanted part of the triangle. Mathematicians call that the hypotenuse. It's always the longest side of a right-angled triangle. 1. Sine. Imagine you're at the bottom of the slide, looking up at the top. Sine helps you figure out how high the slide goes compared to how long the slide is. Sine equals height of the slide. Length of the slide. Let's say the slide is 5 meters long and the height from the ground to the top is 3 meters. Sine equals 3 meters. 5 meters equals 0.6. So, the sine of the angle, the corner between the ground and the slide is 0.6. The bigger the angle, the higher the slide goes, and the bigger the sine number gets up to 1. Analogy: imagine a ladder leaning against a wall. Sine tells you how high the ladder reaches on the wall compared to the ladder's length. 2. Cosine cos. Now, instead of how high the slide goes, cosine helps you figure out how far the bottom of the slide is from the wall or the imaginary line going straight up. Cosine equals distance from the wall / length of the slide. Using our same slide, it's 5 meters long and the bottom is 4 meters away from the wall. Cosine equals 4 meters. 5 meters equals 0.8. So, the cosine of the angle is 0.8. The smaller the angle, the more the slide is lying almost flat on the ground, the longer the distance from the wall, and the closer the cosine number gets to 1. Analogy: imagine the same ladder. Cosine tells you how far the bottom of the ladder is from the wall compared to the ladder's length. 3. Tangent. Tangent helps you compare the height of the slide directly to the distance from the wall. You don't need to know the length of the slide itself. Tangent equals height of the slide. Distance from the wall, with our slide 3 meters high and 4 meters away from the wall. Tangent equals 3 meters. 4 meters equals 0.75. So, the tangent of the angle is 0.75. Analogy: imagine you're standing at the bottom of a hill. Tangent tells you how much you go up for every step you take forward. If the tangent is a big number, the hill is very steep. A helpful way to remember it, a common mnemonic is SohCahToa. SOH, sine equals opposite. Hypotenuse opposite is the height of the slide, the side opposite the angle. CAH, cosine equals adjacent. Hypotenuse adjacent is the distance from the wall, the side next to the angle. TOA, tangent equals opposite, adjacent, in short. Sine, how high compared to how long. Cosine, how far compared to how long. Tangent, how high compared to how far. These three functions are all about angles and the sides of right-angled triangles. They help us solve all sorts of problems involving angles and distances.